Hi guys, welcome to HSBC Lighthouse and thank you so much for joining us. Today we'll be talking about mindful living and self-awareness. Now, in order to live mindfully, it's extremely important to be highly self-aware about oneself. Self-awareness and mindful living are both interconnected. Stress is a common phenomenon amongst working professionals today, leaving no time for activities that nurture their mental health. In this competitive world, people are constantly chasing deadlines and targets. There is a need for a tool to help them relax, enable them to slow down, and also enjoy the moment. Mindfulness not only helps improve the quality of living, but also the quality of the mind. I hope in today's session, we can add value, and we hope that we can help you understand mindfulness and self-awareness much better through relevant and practical knowledge and insights. So welcome to the second episode of HSBC Lighthouse. In case you didn't join us for the first session, I'm your host, Varun Agarwal. A little bit about myself. I'm an entrepreneur, author, and a public speaker, and I run Mentor, which is India's first micro-learning platform. Today, to talk to us about mindfulness and self-awareness, we have Manik. Manik is an etiquette coach and a certified grooming and etiquette coach who works extensively with educational institutions, corporates, and NGOs to promote mindful living, good behavior, and become their best version. Welcome to HSBC Lighthouse, Manik.
Hi, Varun. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome. And a big hello to everyone across the screen. And it's great to meet you all. I just can't wait to get started.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, self-awareness is one of the most crucial aspects of mindful living. There's a lot that has been spoken about self-awareness, but what exactly do we mean by self-awareness? How does self-awareness really help in mindfulness? And how does self-awareness help us, live a better life? That is what we'll be talking about today at length. So, Manik, can you tell us a little bit about self-awareness?
Yeah, sure, Varun. So first of all, I just want everyone to understand this term self-awareness in very simple words. Self-awareness is nothing but understanding, identifying our thoughts, our behavior, our feelings, our emotions very closely. It is an active process of monitoring ourselves and basically understanding what we feel and why we feel it. Because simply for the reason that our life has become so robotic that we don't even realize that we are leading a mindless, meaningless kind of life. So it's very important to have this sense of awareness of the present moment for our mental, spiritual, and emotional well-being. So to understand self-awareness even better, we basically divide our life into three main aspects, namely our personality, our life goals, and our values, and third, our relationships. So when we talk about self-awareness in terms of our personality, we just divide it into questions. We just sit down and analyze our personality in terms of these questions. Something like, who am I? Now, Varun, this question can be very daunting. Who am I? I mean, a lot of people come up to me and say, Manik, we don't know who we are. What is the purpose of our life? What am I doing here? So to break this question up, it's very easy to ask yourself things like, describe yourself in 3 words. Then things like, what is it that excites me the most? What is the quality in me that I really admire? I get anxious when, I get stressed when, something like answering the question, what if? Then, these kind of questions, when we ask ourselves, we arrive at a lot of information about ourselves. What is my biggest strength? What is my weakness? What scares me the most? Do I take decisions logically or intuitively? Then we go on to questions on our values and life goals. This would include asking yourselves questions like, what would my ideal life look like? Or say, what is it that I would want my children to do or not to do in life? Then on a scale of 1 to 10, have I been able to achieve my goals in life? what is stopping me from achieving my goals? And then maybe what are the most important things for me in terms of my career, my family, my relationships? So we answer these questions. We ask ourselves these questions in terms of our life and our life goals and values. Then the third, you can actually, I would just suggest everybody across the screen to take screenshots of these slides that are being shown so that they can do this kind of activity, the self-awareness activity by themselves at leisure and arrive at their self-awareness information for themselves. Then lastly, how to analyze yourself in terms of your relationships. You can just answer the questions like, what would my ideal relationship look like? Or say, what is the most intimate moment that I've had in a relationship? And also, what is the most devastating moment that I've had in my life in terms of relationships? So these are the kind of questions, or how satisfied you are in your current relationship. These are the questions which give us a lot of information about ourselves, and we arrive at a lot of data in terms of self-awareness.
Right. That is quite insightful, Manik. Self-awareness is about understanding ourselves, about knowing ourselves better, and about understanding what we want, where we want to go, and how we want to do it. So Manik, for the audience, in order to understand self-awareness better, is there a way that we can do like a small exercise?
Yes, Varun, sure. Let's go ahead with this fun exercise. It will hardly take 30 seconds.
Sure.
So I would just request everyone out there to tell me and you in the comment section what they are feeling right now in this moment. Not 5 minutes back, not 10 minutes ago, just right now, very honestly, in this moment, what are you feeling? I hope we get some responses here.
We will. All right, guys, you heard Manik. If you can just tell us exactly what you're feeling in this current moment, it could be anything. It could be happiness, anxiety, excitement, anything. But whatever you're feeling right now, currently, if you can just put that in the comment section, that'll really help, you understand this exercise way better.
Yes. So going ahead, if someone has answered that they're feeling happy and excited, then probably they are excited about our conversation, Varun.
Right.
And maybe for the reason that they think, yeah, let's hope for that. Yeah. And maybe for the reason that they think that this session is going to add value to their life. They're going to arrive at some solutions, in their life and maybe move towards a more mindful life. And on the contrary, if somebody has answered something like, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling a little edgy, impatient, or maybe not interested, then probably there could be a reason like something is playing on their mind. It could be a deadline. It could be stress at home, some family issue, or, there's just lack of interest. So when it's a good idea to go through this self-awareness activity whenever you're feeling stressed. And very often, quite a few of us feel very stressed in life. So we need to just take a moment, do this activity and trace it backwards, understanding what action is caused by what trigger. We go back to the trigger and we go to the root cause, solve it, and hey, we are into a more mindful life. It's as simple as
that is really insightful, Manik. Guys, I hope you really understood the exercise. The exercise is about knowing what you're currently feeling and how that feeling is triggering a particular action. So the next time you indulge in an action that is unproductive or probably that is not helping you a lot, being self-aware about what you're currently feeling can really help you change that. Right, Manik? So I think we've kind of understood what self-awareness is, how to be self-aware, how to use self-awareness to be more productive and to use it for better habits. But now just going a little bit into mindful living, right? So how does self-awareness really help with mindful living?
All right. So if I have to explain mindful living, I would say that self-awareness is the stepping stone to mindful living.
Right.
Now that we are more self-aware, we know what is happening within us and around us as well, because mindful living is not just about ourselves, but also about around what is happening around us, being mindful about our environment as well. So now that we are more self-aware, we move towards the next stage of mindful living, which is again an active process, just like being self-aware. It is basically, it is as simple, if you have to understand it in very simple words, it is observing one's own life as a third person in a non-judgmental way. For example, if I have to observe my own life, I will just step out of my own life and observe my life as someone, I'm observing life of someone called Manik. When I observe my life, I look at Manik's life in every aspect, being absolutely non-judgmental about it, and try and find those missing links which are causing me to lead a mindless life or not a very fulfilling or satisfying life. So this is the process.
Life from a third person's perspective, basically.
Absolutely, because and judging and looking at it in a very non-judgmental way. So this is how, then fixing those links, fixing those missing gaps is what exactly is mindful living.
I guess the non-judgmental part is very important, right? Because we all tend to judge ourselves so often.
Absolutely. And because, sometimes what happens is that we empathize so much with our own self that we tend to even overlook our own mistakes. So if I'm looking at my own life, I'll say, oh, Manik is justified if she's doing this. So when I'm looking at my life, not me as being me, then I'm obviously looking at everything very clearly and very, very non-judgmental, in a very non-judgmental way. And I'll arrive at the data where I will be able to find those gaps in my life which need to be looked into, or fix those things. And once I do that, I'm automatically into a better stage in a more fulfilling and satisfying life, which would be a mindful life.
So basically, stepping back, I need to look at Varun from a third person's perspective in an extremely non-judgmental way. And that's basically the stepping stone for mindful living. Am I right?
Absolutely. And being in the present moment, all the while.
Right. So Manik, could you tell us some activities, right, which can really help us indulge in mindful living? Like, what are some of the things that I can really do, or probably the audience can do, right, wherever they are, in order to start mindful living?
Sure, Varun. I think it's a very relevant question, because now that we know there is a need for a mindful life, because, what is happening is that, I don't know how many of you remember that movie Tamasha by filmmaker Imtiaz Ali, where the protagonist, which was played by Ranbir Kapoor, he was just getting up in the morning, brushing his teeth, and he was forced to live a kind of life which was, actually, as per society, he was supposed to live. But he was just leading a life. He was getting up in the morning, going about his day, reaching the office, coming back, sleeping at night, and then thinking that maybe next day would be better. But nothing changes, and you are where you were. And then you probably end up thinking that, hey, maybe, people who are successful, they're just born lucky, or, they're just blessed with a life like that. And you end up leading a very, very unfulfilling and a meaningless life. So it's very important to have a mindful life. And for that, we have many techniques, but today I'm going to talk about 3 main techniques that we can incorporate in our life to lead a more mindful life. And they are namely mindful meditation, number 1. Number 2 is grounding. And number 3 would be, of course, journaling. So I'm going to explain each technique. And I just want to tell everybody that there is no shortcut as such, to mindful life. And just take your own time, be easy with yourself, and let's go about the process by and by, as and when. And there is no criteria that one person has reached ahead and you are behind. You just need to be relaxed about it. So first technique is mindful meditation. And one thing that I really want to tell everybody across the screen is that for meditation, this word really, really riles up. It really just unnerves a lot of people, thinking that they need to go somewhere, they need to hit a wellness resort or a spa to have to go through meditation. But it's actually not the case. It can be done at the comfort of your own house, all you need, or anywhere in the world. Yes, preferably if you can actually meditate in nature, nothing like it. It has its own good effects and therapeutic effects, but you can basically just You just need a quiet place to sit down so that you are relaxed. You sit in a relaxed position, close your eyes, and watch your thoughts. That's all you need to do. Breathe in and breathe out. No pranayama skills are required. I want to tell everybody out there, you need nothing. You don't need a guru for this. You are your own guru. Sit down, relax, and breathe in and breathe out. Simply as slowly as you can. Now, while you are doing this, you will realize that there are hundreds and hundreds of thoughts popping up in your head, which is all right. Don't stop those thoughts. Don't put any external pressure on it. After that, you'll realize that the thoughts are still coming. Now, if you want to regulate those thoughts, a good idea would be that you start focusing on your breath just by breathing in, breathing out. And the more you focus on your breath, the lesser number of thoughts will start popping in your head now. Soon, you will realize that you have created a clean, happy space in your head, which is so calming and relaxing that it has already taken you away from all your stress. So this is what mindful meditation is. There is no rocket science in it. And I would suggest each and every person here to, try it out by themselves and see how simple it can get.
I totally agree with you, Manik. I don't know why people complicate meditation so much. It's actually super, super simple. In fact, what do you say? Should we do like a small meditation exercise right here, right now?
Sure, be my guest. That would be lovely.
All right, this is going to be really interesting, guys. So, in order to explain how simple meditation is, we're just going to do one small meditation exercise so that each and every one of you can actually try meditation and realize that, as Manik said, it's not rocket science at all. So if all of you could just, this is obviously not applicable for the ones who are driving, but if you're in your house or if you're in a comfortable spot, if all of you can just slowly close your eyes and sit up. If everyone who can do this, please just close your eyes and just sit up. Don't worry about any thoughts, any external pressure, all the stress in the world. Just let it pass. Do not pay attention to that. And all I want you to do is just focus on your breathing, right? So breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. And a lot of thoughts will come in your head. You will think about a lot of things. I just want you to just focus on the breath. So as you're breathing in and you're breathing out, bring your focus back to your breathing. And we're going to breathe in slowly. We're going to breathe out slowly. Don't worry about all the tension that you have, all the meeting deadlines, all of the work that you're supposed to finish. Let them come, let them go. Bring your thought always back. Bring your focus always back to your breathing. And breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. Once again, your focus right now should only be on your breath. And it's totally fine if you lose the focus, and it's totally fine if you go away from your breath. And it's totally fine you get lost in all of those thoughts that keep crossing your mind. But the important thing is that you bring your attention back to your breathing. And all you have to do to start off with meditation is try and practice this for 1 minute every single day. So we're going to do about 10 breathe-ins and breathe-outs. So breathe in slowly and breathe out slowly. Once again, repeating, breathe in and breathe out. Repeat the cycle at your own pace. There is no hurry. There is no tension. The most important thing is to just relax. And now I want you to slowly open your eyes, very slowly, and see if you feel a difference. Do you feel a little different, Manik?
I just did last 20 seconds and I can actually feel the difference. So
Yeah.
imagine who've actually done the whole
Yeah.
exercise. And like you said, Varun, we can start with, bare minimum and
Just
we
the
can
breathing,
go
right?
on
Just focusing on the
increasing.
breathing.
Yes. And the time can go on increasing as well versed you get with it, as relaxed you get with it, as used to you get with the whole practice of meditation. And it's extremely powerful.
And this is what we did with just 30 seconds. If you can really reach a level where you can meditate for 5 to 10 minutes a day, that's literally all you need. That takes away all your stress, takes away all of the things that's giving you a lot of problems, and it just leads to such a calming and happy life.
Absolutely. And I think that's the reason why a lot of successful people are into some form of meditation,
Yeah.
be it chanting, be it pranayama, be it tai chi, so many forms of meditation, but it really works wonders, guys. And the best part is that it increases your focus and concentration. So you definitely have a better chance, not just at mindful living, but also at improving yourself in terms of I would say in every sphere of your life,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just work.
Right. So, Manik, we spoke about self-awareness. We spoke about why self-awareness is extremely important in order to understand ourselves. We spoke about how self-awareness really helps us get in tune with our feelings and also helps us find the triggers that these feelings lead to. Then we spoke about how self-awareness leads into mindfulness. And we finally spoke about how meditation is the very start of understanding how to live mindfully. Are there any other techniques apart from meditation that can help us live mindfully?
Yes, like I mentioned, Varun, we're going to talk about two more techniques. The second one is called grounding. Now, grounding is basically based on doing activities that connect us or reconnects us to electrically to the earth. Now, believe it or not, there is this whole concept of electrical charge that can travel into our body through the center of the earth, which can have positive effects on our body. Now, how does grounding? Now, this has further two types of techniques or two types of activities which we can do. Number one is earthing, where we connect our body with earth. How do we do this? We simply choose a spot where we are sitting relaxed and comfortably. Then we just close our eyes. All we need to do is come in contact with the surface of earth through the feet, through the soles of our feet. We just put our feet on the ground and feel that there is a white light that is entering through the crown of our head into our body, through our spine, through our hips, from our legs into the feet, and through the soles of our feet. All the imbalances in our body are being pushed out into the center of the ground or center of the earth. And it's getting recycled because earth is known to have positive properties or electrical charge, which is going to travel back from the soles of our feet again through our legs till just below our hips. So now this is like recycling the energy. So anyone can actually try it out, provided you are ready to imagine that this kind of process is taking place, and then you slowly open your eyes and you feel absolutely rejuvenated and recharged. So this is the principle of earthing, and a lot of people have benefited from it, Varun, believe it or not. You must try it. I would tell each and every person to try it out. But the second activity, I think we can all try right now, which is 5, 4, 3.
And I think the best part about this is, unlike meditation, this is extremely easy to do, right? It's all about just noticing and just feeling. That's about it, right?
Imagining.
And guys, I'm pretty sure that all of you can do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 right now.
Yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is a fun exercise. It always reminds me of a kindergarten exercise.
So just, if all of you can just probably just look around. Yeah, look around your room, and can you pick out 5 things that you can see, right? And similarly, if you can acknowledge
I
about
think you can see around you.
yeah 5 things that you can see around you, and then similarly, if you can acknowledge about 4 things that you can touch around you, and 3 things
Three
that you
things
can
you
pick
can
out,
hear.
yeah, and
Two
then two
things.
things that you can smell, and one last
One.
thing, it could be even an aftertaste of, like a coffee that you've had or a chocolate
Yeah.
you've eaten. And that's it. It's as simple as that. It brings you right into the present moment. It's called the 5 4 3 2 1 technique. If you
Yeah.
find meditation a little hard to start off with, I think the grounding technique, like Manik explained, or the 5 4 3 2 1 technique, is a great way to bring yourself straight into the present. And it's a great way to start mindfulness.
Yes, and it just takes you away from the stress because your attention is shifted to looking for things, feeling things, and suddenly you are relaxed, you're in a calmer space. It works like magic. And it's so simple to do.
Wow, this is a really cool exercise, Manik. So, okay,
Right. So the
meditation.
last one?
Yeah, is there any other technique that I can do in order to practice mindfulness?
Yes. So the last one, the very last one, and again, a very, very powerful one is journaling, of course, Varun. And I think quite a few of us know the power of journaling. It's like pouring yourself out on paper or even phones. A lot of people write on their phones as well. But personally, I'm a big fan of writing with pen and paper because, recently a good friend of mine, he collects fountain pens. It's very interesting, Varun. So I just took his fountain pen because he has a great collection and I started writing with it. And I just felt so good because it just brought so many memories back, all that nostalgia and the feel of the pen on paper. We've got so digitally, we've got so used to being so digital. So I think it's a good break from typing. It's a good break from everything. Try and write down. Now, a lot of people even find it hard to write what they feel. Trust me, a lot of people have this issue. They say that, Manik, we can't write. We don't have those writing skills, but don't worry. All you need to write is how was your day.
Yeah.
Now somebody can write one paragraph, someone can write one line, someone can write a word. There is no problem at all. All you need to do is bring that out. Now, if you can't even write one word, because there's some people who just can't describe how their day was, I have to tell you, this is a fun thing to do. I once came across a journal. You get these ready-made journal diaries also. You can invest in those.
Yeah.
Where you have those half the sentences there and you just have to complete the sentence. It makes your work easier. And something even easier than this is that somebody actually presented me with this journal was, how was your day? There were 3 smileys, Varun, on it. 3 to 4 smileys. One was one with big smiling face and teeth showing. Then there was one with big smile, but not as big. Then slowly the smile is fading. And then one was like crying face. So it is so easy. You keep filling color into that smiley, however your day was. And after a period of time, say about a week, you see how many smileys you've got of each kind. So you just know where your life is heading, whether you are happy in your life or you're not. It's as simple as that. It's a good way to start.
It's funny you mentioned about writing with a pen and paper, because I think I've forgotten how to write with a pen. How much
I saw your expressions.
Yeah,
I did check your expressions when I was talking.
In fact, the last time I wrote with the pen, I kept figuring out why isn't the spelling auto-correcting itself, right? So I don't know.
That was a good one.
Yeah, so I don't know if the pen and paper is my thing, but I would definitely recommend getting one of these ready-made journals that Manik was talking about, because in case you find it hard to express yourself, and in case you find it hard to write down what you're currently feeling, these ready-made journals really help give you the nudge in order to write exactly what's going on inside. And the second thing that I would like to add to what Manik has already spoken about journaling is, if you can talk about gratitude, and if you can talk about 3 things that you're really grateful for before going to bed, if you can write that down, when you wake up the next morning, you feel really wonderful. So I think that is something that can really help you a lot as well. What do you think of that, Manik?
That's a fantastic activity. And I think good things come automatically. You attract, you manifest good things in your life when you are grateful. And that's one reckoner, that you have right there on your bedside when you start writing about gratitude. I've heard so many stories of successful people who actually just indulged in this activity, Varun, you talked about, and their life changed overnight.
Yeah. Right, guys. So just to reiterate, in order to practice mindfulness, number one is meditation. Meditation is no rocket science. We just did a small meditation exercise where we showed you that it is as simple as just breathing in, breathing out, and focusing on your breaths. That's about it. We spoke about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, which is just about noticing whatever is around you and feeling it, and it brings you right to the present moment. And number three, we spoke about journaling, where you record your thoughts, you record your feelings, you practice gratitude. And it's as simple as this. You can practice mindfulness with just these three basic, simple activities. Uh, if you guys want an extra nudge, or if you want help in terms of meditation, journaling, or even the 5, 3, 2, 1 technique, there are a lot of apps that really help. For me, I really got started with meditation with the Headspace app. Headspace is one of the world's most popular apps for meditation. It basically helps you in guided meditation. There is even another app called Calm. You can download this both from the App Store. Just type Headspace or Calm on Google, and you'll get the link right away. For journaling, one of the best things to do is buying these journaling books. Go to any stationery shop and ask them for journaling books, and they'll have these journaling books. Or just go to Google and type journaling books, and you'll get so many options to choose from. There are also apps such as Day One or Diarium, which prompt you to journal every single day. And so you can keep a track of what you're writing, how you're feeling. And these apps really help you keep a track, and also how much progress you've made since you've started. There are also a lot of books that talk about mindfulness. The three books that probably I would recommend, one of them is Wherever You Go, There You Are by John Kabat-Zinn. So basically, the book talks about why mindfulness is important, how to achieve mindfulness, and what are the different aspects of your life that mindfulness can really help with. There's another book called The Miracle of Mindfulness. The Miracle of Mindfulness talks about how mindfulness can transform your life. Let's say if you're feeling empty, if you're feeling unhappy, if you're feeling unaccomplished, how mindfulness can literally transform that overnight. And the last one is Practicing Mindfulness. Practicing Mindfulness is a book about techniques, some of which Manik and I discussed here. And it also tells you about how to make sure that these techniques are followed by a series of routine, and how you can make sure that these techniques are something that you can do anywhere, whether you're traveling or going out. So it's a great book that I would highly recommend in order for you to figure out how to practice mindfulness on a daily basis. So just to reiterate, we spoke about self-awareness. Self-awareness is understanding yourself. It's about understanding what you're currently feeling. It's about understanding how those feelings are triggering what activities you're doing. We spoke about how self-awareness leads to mindfulness. We spoke about activities that can help you be mindful. We spoke about meditation, journaling, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 techniques, apps that can help you figure all of this out. And all of these things can really help you get started with mindfulness, also lead a much calmer and a much, much better life, right? So Manik, I have another question for you. How do you think successful people, right, manage to excel at mindful living?
And that's a great question, Varun. So simply, I would say that mindful people are successful people because successful people use something called the coping toolkit. They go through the same situations in life, but they cope differently with it because they swap the technique or swap the choices. They make the right choices. They swap or alternate the wrong choices with the right choices, doing the same things in life. It's something like having healthy and unhealthy food. So if you're having unhealthy food, or say like 2 days, 3 days, after a period of time, of course, it will have a bad effect on your body. So same way, mindful or successful people are very, very particular about what they consume and how they consume and for how long they consume it. This can be both offline and online. They're very particular about who they are interacting with, Who are they involving in their day-to-day life? Who are these people? What kind of situations they are exposing themselves to? And same way, even online, what kind of platforms they are exposing their mind to? Because over a period of time, something which is not healthy for the mind will have a bad effect. This is the number one thing that they are very, very clear about. That's one coping toolkit mechanism. The second thing that they are very particular about is that they know how to use their time mindfully. They divide their time mindfully. I can give an example of Elon Musk here. And he has devised this theory, which is called chunking technique. What does this mean basically is he has divided his entire day into five minutes time slots. For every 5 minutes, he's got a task. And it can be a blank also in between. It's not that every 5 minutes he has to do something, but he has divided his life into five minutes or per day as per 5 minutes time slots. What we can do so that the day is productive on the whole, and he's going on ticking off these things off his list, that he's done this, he's accomplished this in the day. Same way, we can, if we can't make a 5-minute thing, we can definitely divide our day into 3 or 4 chunks, where we decide what we are doing in the first chunk, then in the second chunk, and maybe the last chunk for family and friends or to relax. This is a great technique. So they divide their time very, very intentionally. I would also like to add another technique. I don't know how many of you are aware of the Pomodoro technique. Are you aware of this one, Varun?
Yes, of course.
An awesome technique, yes. And what it means is basically you basically perform an action for 20 minutes without any distraction to begin with. Absolutely no distraction. Put your phone on silent, no notifications popping up. Just 15 to 20 minutes, do a task with complete concentration, and then take a 5-minute break. And this is called one Pomodoro. This way you can have 4 Pomodoros and then take a 30 minutes break. So each time you're doing some work and then giving yourself some reward, and in the process, everything is getting done well on time, and it's a productive day. So this is something very, very important.
In fact, since there's so many working professionals out there, I think if you were to describe, in fact, if you were to put this technique in their perspective, you can divide your day into 4 quarters, right? Just like how you have 4 quarters in a year to perform. If you can divide your day into 4 quarters, and then even if you mess up quarter 1 and quarter 2 of the day, you still have quarter 3 and quarter 4 to make up for it. That's how I do it. I divide the day into 4 quarters and 4 equal parts. And then, even if the first or the third part doesn't go well, I always judge myself saying, okay, fine. Even if I make 2 quarters a day good enough and productive enough, I think that's great. And I think all of you can really try to do that as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And another thing I think I really want to talk about is decluttering your life. Now, declutter just doesn't mean decluttering the space around you. Yes, you must. I think I'm a big fan of minimalistic lifestyle, where you are just, confining yourself to things and material that you're actually using in your life and not hoarding. When you clear up that space, you clear up space in your head. Same way, declutter your friend circle. You don't have to be everywhere. Confine yourself to a smaller circle, enjoy that. And that is, I think, something which is really needed in today's day and age, apart from, listening to music or, spending time with children, maybe pursuing a hobby. Don't give up on all these things. I think these are the things most successful people definitely reading. I must not forget reading, because this is something which every successful person on the planet has been doing every single day, even if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So I think these things should be incorporated, and these are the few things that successful people do differently and hence have a more mindful life.
I totally agree. And in fact, guys, if you really want to understand a little bit more about decluttering, there is this book by Marie Kondo. You can also see a series on Netflix. Just type Marie Kondo on Netflix. I think that's a much easier way for you to understand the world of decluttering and how it really helps you in ways you can't even imagine. Manik also spoke about reading. If I was to just put that into perspective, you study till the age of 22, right? You go to your 12th standard, then you get your degree, then you get your MBA, right? And because of that, you get a job, right? Now, if you really want to be more successful, what's the one thing you stop doing? You stop studying, right? Uh, Basically, that's reading. So if you stop reading, right, then automatically you're not better than the other person who reads, right? And I think the easiest secret to success, and I don't understand why most people don't get it, is actually just to read. Because if you know more, right, you're automatically in the 1%, in the top 1%. So I would really recommend reading, and I would really recommend getting a Kindle if you don't have one, or probably, getting an Amazon Kindle membership where they have access to a lot of free books. So I would really, really recommend that you go ahead and do that. Right,
Yeah.
Manik. So you've
And I
told us
just want
a
to
lot
add
about.
one small thing. Sorry, I just want to add one small thing here, because I understand a lot of professionals are super, super busy to even read at times. So what they can do, which I have also started incorporating in my life, is listening to audiobooks. So whenever you're on the move, if your workplace is far, believe me, listening to podcasts or listening to audiobooks is a great idea.
Right.
Guys, you can definitely incorporate that in your life.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Right, Manik. So we've grilled you a lot about self-awareness and mindful living. Now I'm going to grill you with a quick rapid fire round. Are you ready for that?
Yes, I absolutely love rapid fires.
All right. And you got to give the answers in quick succession. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's get straight to it. So this is rapid fire with Manik. All right. Question number one, Manik. One book that helped you delve into your inner self.
I think that would be Ikigai by Hector Marcia and Francis Miralles. Yeah. It's a
I love that.
great book.
Yeah, literally transformed my life. And I would really recommend that book, guys. Ikigai. If you get a chance, please buy it, read it. It's available on Kindle as well. Ikigai is a great book. All right, Manik, one podcast that you'd recommend.
Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty.
Right. Yes, and I even recommend the book version of it.
Yes.
Yes, it's a phenomenal way to relook at life in a very monk perspective. And it's again, if you are not into podcasts, even the book version is really great. So yeah, that's a great recommendation, Manik. The most inspiring TED talk you've seen?
Varun, I think it has to be Turning Adversity into Opportunity by Muniba Mazari.
All right.
I actually got goosebumps listening to that TED talk. She just turned her life around after having a near-death experience, and how she just changed her adversity into opportunity. I think I recommend it to everybody out there.
I haven't seen it, but I'm definitely going to check it out. One movie that changed your life?
Yeah, it's two actually. One would be Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
Okay.
Both Bollywood movies, but very unlike Bollywood. And two is another one on the same lines. It's called Dil Dhadakne Do. It just gave me that last push to just go ahead with what you want in life, and not just sit there or be there like a tree. Just move. Right. You can change your life whenever, at any age.
Yeah. What is your mantra for a happy and fulfilling life?
Okay, so this has to be, I think for everyone, I feel, to know what you really want from yourself and your life, because there's no one size fits all.
One secret superpower you wish you had?
One secret superpower, I would say, I wish I could help anyone and everyone who approached me. That would be really great. That's
definitely a great superpower wish for sure. One life hack to manage a happy-go-lucky vibe?
Develop a filter.
Okay.
Develop a filter, and a filter that only lets positivity go in.
Your current role model in your industry?
It has to be Jay Shetty, but there's one more person. I would say, I think it's Vishen Likhiani from Mind Valley.
Right.
I think it's a great example as well.
Your go-to motivational quote?
My go-to motivational quote would be, Varun, tomorrow's another day. Whenever you feel low, we all have highs and lows. but tomorrow's another day. It's really worked for me.
Yeah, I think that really works for me as well. A motivational hack that you'd like to share with us?
So can I share two?
Yes, of course, go for it.
Okay. So one would be that divide your main goal into micro goals. Because if you can't reach your goal, it's very disheartening. And I don't want anybody to turn around halfway. So if you have a goal in mind, divide it into mini goals or micro goals and keep ticking them off your list so that you keep going. That's one motivational hack. And the second one is that as and when you get tired or you are on your journey, keep giving yourself small rewards. Now, or shots of happiness. For me, it's even enjoying momos, for instance, or my favorite food, for instance, or my favorite, place to hang out. Just keep giving yourself small shots of happiness so that you keep going. It's very, very motivating.
I totally agree. In fact, just to add to that, my favorite motivational quote kind of resonates a lot with what you just said. It's basically just this line. It says, the purpose of man is to live and not to merely exist. And I think that's extremely important for all of us, because we all have one short life and it's extremely important to make the most of it. Manik, I must thank you so much for this insightful session today. You have really, really taught us a lot, from self-awareness to mindfulness, to meditation, to all of these other techniques. I'm sure the audience really loved it and learned a lot. I really like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, and pleasure was all mine. Absolutely. Thank you
so much, Manik. Thank you so much. Guys, you guys can follow Manik on our Instagram and keep in touch with her. Thank you so much for joining us for this session today. I hope we were able to add some value to your lives by talking about mindfulness and self-awareness. If I was to just sum up the session today, like we spoke about, self-awareness is about understanding yourself, about understanding your feelings, about understanding how those feelings dictate what you do, how you do. Self-awareness also helps with mindfulness, and it's interconnected with mindfulness. We spoke about all the different techniques that you can use to practice mindfulness, from meditation to journaling to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. We also gave you a list of apps, a list of books that you can use in order to help you get on track with this. We also spoke about the Pomodoro technique, or about dividing your day into different chunks, and also reading, because that's one of the most important habits that you need to cultivate for not just a better self, but also for a better mind. I hope you guys enjoyed the second episode of HSBC Lighthouse. And I really hope that whatever we spoke about today can help you in your day-to-day life and make your life, not only your work life, but also your personal life better. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend ahead. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the third episode of HSBC Lighthouse. So this is Varun signing off. Thank you so much, and see you guys soon.